Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? My name is Karina and thank you so much for choosing to stop by today to get the introduction to the Skin is in Project Pan. This particular project pan is in collaboration with PANtastic Ladies. This is the first one that I am going to be joining, so I'm very excited to do so. And the focus is all about using up your skin care and body care products. So as long as it's for your skin in some way, items are fair game for it. The community is going to be doing monthly updates at the beginning of the month, and this project was created by Jessica Lee and Amanda. I'll have all the information about this project linked in the description box below. I am very excited to join this project. If this wasn't going to be something that PANtastic Ladies or someone else was doing, I would have done it myself, just because, again, getting used out of your skincare, such a good thing. I tend to be quite consistent with my skincare use, so I do have a morning and a night routine. I also have a simplified night routine on those nights when you're just too tired, you have a headache, whatever the case is. But I do my skincare twice a day, and I tend to be quite consistent with it. Most of my skincare items will come to me from BoxyCharm, so there's where I get a good source of it, but I do occasionally buy some items in here. I have chosen a variety of products in here just to kind of get the ball rolling and to share my progress with you guys. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure that you like this video, leave me a comment down below, especially letting me know what you guys are planning for your skincare in 2023. And of course, make sure you subscribe to my video. To get us started, I am going to be looking at cleansing types of products. So the first item that I have is this guy here. This is the Elemis Superfood AHA Glow Cleansing Butter. It smells pretty good. I have used up one of these previously, so it's fine. It's not the best at getting makeup off, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I do enjoy it well enough. I have just, like a week ago, started this product, so just getting started on this guy. I am quite consistent with using this one. I use it every night as a first step with my cleansing, sometimes the only step with my cleansing. But that's what I like to use first. And again, with most of my skincare products, I tend to only have one of these open at a time. So this is my first one. It's going to take quite a while because, again, I literally just opened it about a week ago or so. The second item that I want to use in this project, I forgot to mention at the beginning, it is a rolling project pan, so as you use your items, you will roll in new ones to replace it. And this next one is going to be difficult for me. This is the OK Purifying Gel Cleanser. It does help support the skin's moisture barrier. It removes makeup. It's non-foaming. Available at the drugstore for this guy. But what makes this product difficult for me is, I'm very good at using my cleansing balm. And then depending, right? So if I shower, I will use this. But if I'm not showering, and I tend to shower at night, I don't tend to go in with a cleanser. I find it just too messy generally to, get everything wet, wash your face, rinse it all off. And that's why I tend to prefer the cleansing balms in that case. I have been using this cleanser for quite a while. It's been in my shower for many, many months now. And the packaging is completely opaque. So you really can't get any sense where I'm at. If I had to guess, this general range. So it's going to probably take me a while to go through this guy. All right, the next category that I'm going to use in my Skin is in Project Pan. The first one is the sheet mask within my masking category. I don't tend to use a lot of sheet masks. I do get a fair number through things like subscription boxes, BoxyCharm, things like that. I don't deliberately go out of my way to buy them. I tend to prefer things in pots, just because they're easier to use, they're less expensive, and then you don't have that waste of whatever the material is that the actual mask is. For those reasons, I don't tend to use those sheet masks. So the first one, and I'm only going to put one in a month, so I hopefully do get them done. And it's one I've never used before. So this is the Dr. Jart Ceramidin Facial Barrier Mask. So it is supposed to help with deep hydration and strengthening the skin's barrier. As I mentioned in my makeup plan to pan for 2023, I live in Canada, live in Saskatchewan, you know, land of the living skies and the howling winds at times. So winter feels like a good time to use a mask like this one. It is designed for very dry skin and for your skin barrier protection, so I'll give this one a shot. It's a 15-20 minute mask. Hopefully I get this used up. The other thing I have issues with sheet masks as well too, which I guess is kind of a good thing, like when you actually use the mask component itself, there's usually a ton of serum down at the bottom. So I end up getting a few additional masks, just putting that serum on, letting it absorb into the skin. So that's my sheet mask. Again, for most people, this would be very easy to do, but as long as I use up one sheet mask a month, I'll get through my fairly small sheet mask collection fairly soon. I have a fair number of masks open at any given time, or if we're just having a variety based on what my skin needs. So at this point, I have a charcoal mask open, I have kind of an exfoliating facial peel mask open, and the third one I have is more of a clay mask that I have open. The two that I mentioned, the clay mask and the facial peel, probably not as interesting to track. So I will try to pick the mask that I have open that is a little bit more interesting and that you can see that more visual progress. And the one that I'm going to choose is my charcoal mask that I'm using. This one comes from Juice Beauty. This is their Bamboo Pore Refining Mask. This came to me in a BoxyCharm, and I am making some really good progress. You'll see it in the close-up shot. Looks to be about down to here. I tend to use or cycle through these masks, so one every day. So for getting to this about every 3 days or so. It's a very short mask. It's about like a 2-minute mask. It doesn't dry down like other charcoal masks do, so not sure how effective it is at pulling stuff out. And it does have a bit of a herbally kind of scent. At first I didn't really like it. Now it's just kind of fine. But because we can track the progress on this one a little bit easier, this is the mask that I want to put in for this project. And because we're already down to here-ish or so, it's not going to take hopefully too long to finish this up. So hopefully just a couple months. All right, the next item is also an item that I've only rolled in the month of December, and that, of course, is the toner. So I use toner generally in the morning, and then sometimes I'll do it at night, and this is an item that my husband actually uses as well after he showers, so I do get a little bit extra usage on that. This particular toner is the Glowoasis. This is the Milk Dew pH Balancing Moisture Milk Toner. It has a bit of a scent. I'm not the biggest fan of this particular scent. I don't even know how to really describe it, but very full bottle. Again, I just brought it in. I do have it marked, a little tiny little mark right here. You'll see it in the close-up as well. But just starting out with this one. And again, usually what I find as well, if I don't like a product on my face, I will multi-purpose it on other parts of my body. And I'm debating whether that's going to happen with this, have it become kind of like a body serum. We'll find out, but for right now, I'm using it as a toner, and it's going all right. Tend to use between 3 to 5 drops of this guy at a time. All right, the next item that I have, this is just a little guy, just a little eye balm. There's only 15 milliliters. Oh, sorry, 5 milliliters, even smaller. 5 milliliters of product in here. This is the Algenist Triple Eye Renewal Balm. This one came in one of the Sephora Favorites kits, and I do have a full size of this one that I got in BoxyCharm. I tend to use this eye balm in the morning. I do have a little retinol one that I'm trying to use up at night. I've just got this much left, so once this guy is gone, then I'll be using the Algenist both morning and night, kind of as a prep step before I get into the eye cream. I don't have an eye cream in this project right now, just because I thought it would be a little bit boring to track that progress. It's kind of difficult with those smaller tubes. I'm making fairly good progress, and again, because it's just that small 5 milliliter size, it's hard to know exactly how long it's going to take. But again, it's an eye cream, so it just goes right along that area here. So we'll check it, see how it goes. I do have lots of other eye creams, including the full size of this one, to work through. So I want to just keep going and make progress on my collection. The next category I'm using in this project are my serums. So I tend to use one serum in the morning, one serum at night, for reasons I'll be clear in just a moment for us. And the one that I'm using in the morning right now, I'm not that big of a fan of. It's this one here. It's the Nue Co, the Pill All-in-One Serum. It sounds really great on paper, right? It has AHA, it has vitamin C, and it has HA. You've got 1 fluid ounce of product in here. And as you'll see in the close-up, I'm about here on the product. I use it in the morning, again, because it has the vitamin C, and you don't want that mixing with your retinol, which I do use. But I don't enjoy the smell of this particular one. And when you pump it out up here, I think there's a little bit of product that gets stuck right back in the nozzle here. So when you pump out to use it, there's a little bit of a hardened serum that even if you wipe it off, which I do like that, you still get that on your face, and then you have to pick it off. So between that and the scent, not a big fan of this. I've got some other serums I'm really excited to play with once this one is done, but I told myself I couldn't use those ones till this one was used up first, especially because this is, I believe, is a more natural brand, not expecting it to last as long compared to some of the other serums that I have. Serum I'm using at night, and I use it at night because it is a retinol serum. I have been using a retinol probably for just over a year now at this point. This particular one here is the Dermelect. It has 3 different types of retinols in it, and it's a fairly thin serum, all things together, and that's why I use it at night. So right now, as you'll see in the close-up, I have it marked right up about here. I think I started using this one end of November or so. I think it was in November. So using it that once a day, and I do have other retinol products that I kind of cycle through. So I have the Glow Recipe Avocado Moisturizing Mask, which I love. I also have a moisturizer from Strivectin, which has the retinol in it, so I don't double up on my retinol. So if I'm using one of those 2 other products, I'm not using this one. Again, just so you don't have too much going on all at once. So on those nights, I'll use a different serum at night and just kind of cycle through that way. But this is the one that's kind of my main focus. And again, I'm starting right up here or so. All right, let's talk about moisturizers. I use, at this point, 2 moisturizers, one for day, one for night. If I was using a moisturizer that could do both, and I didn't have 2 open, I would just choose one. But right now, I've got 1 set aside that are more specifically a day or a night one. The one I have for the day right now, Glow Recipe, which at this point I think is my favorite skincare brand. I like the fruit, I like the scent, I like the experience of using these kind of products. I've tried a few products from them already. I haven't found products that I dislike, but I do have products I prefer over others, like the Cleansing Balm, love it. Much more of an enjoyable experience, compared to the Elemis. This is their kind of mini. This is their Glow Recipe Watermelon Pink Juice Moisturizer. Now, my skin type is kind of a normal kind of skin type, I believe. Again, sometimes I get a little bit oily up here, but that generally seems to be what I have. This moisturizer is as a moisturizer designed for people who have oily skin. If you have normal or dry skin, they recommend using this as a serum. I've been using it as a moisturizer in the day because it does have that radiating effect. It's nice and lightweight. It's got that watermelon scent, which I do like. And because if you saw my video for makeup I plan to pan in 2023, I've got some hydrating primers in there. I don't mind having a serum kind of moisturizer pairing it with especially the Smashbox Primerizer, which can be used in place of a moisturizer. So I don't feel like I'm losing too much of that moisturizing element. In terms of this one, so it's fine. I'm not going to mark the bottles of these because, again, I like low recipe and I want to display them over there. So as you can see, the cleansing balm right there, which I've used up previously. I'm about here. And I started using this one again in November as well. So because this is a smaller size, it won't take too long to use up. The one thing I don't like about this particular bottle, I have used one of their sample sizes before of the Pink Juice Moisturizer, but this particular bottle, so yeah, there's no pump. So what that means for me is I'll have to dump a bunch out of my hand, usually end up eating too much, because then my neck gets nice and moisturized, but then you're going through this product a lot faster compared to if it had a pump. So although this product isn't really designed for my skin, I enjoy it, I like it, but I am ready to get it used up out of my collection into other demoisturizers. One I'm going to use at night, and again, using the future tense there on purpose. This I got in a BoxyCharm. This is the Wishful Honey Balm Jelly Moisturizer. Now, if I open it up, I'm going to send things flying, apologies. But I have not used this yet. I am very close on finishing up another moisturizer, which hopefully was going to take just a couple of days. So I didn't want to bring that one in and then be like, well, 2 days later, I guess I'm done. Or however, it may take me longer. We'll find out. But as soon as I'm done with that other moisturizer, this one's going to come into play. So, of course, when I do film an empties video, you'll see it in there. But I wanted to have one designed ready to go. This one does have some scents in there. Right? It's got lavender. So, again, in my mind, makes it more of a night moisturizer. It also has honey, niacinamide, and turmeric. So, I'm excited to try this one out and kind of see what my thought process is. This will be my first experience with a Wishful product. Right, on kind of the mask moisturizing kind of trend, I have this tiny little Laneige sample here. This is the Water Sleeping Mask, 15 milliliters. And I don't understand how people go through these things so quickly. I had been using the smaller kind of sample size of the Glow Recipe Sleeping Mask. And for those of you who have seen that product, it's not very big, but it took me months to go through it. And this is probably getting on 2 months as well for me. Again, I don't use it every night. Again, if I'm using the Glow Recipe Avocado Melt sleeping mask, this one, or an oil, so I do cycle through them. But I find I use so little of these kinds of products, so it takes me a very long time to go through it. Hopefully not, because it is a smaller one, and I have made really good progress, as you'll see in the close-up shot. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long so I can cycle in a full-size product, which will last probably forever. Finish off this video, and the skin is in Project Pan. Let's get into the category of some body products that I want to use up. And the first one I want to use up is an exfoliator. So this particular one I got for my birthday from my sister-in-law last year. This one is lovely. This is the Sugar Body Scrub Mango, and the mango smells, it smells so good. It's designed for dry skin. It's rich in smoothing. And what I find with this particular one is a good smell. It's a good experience. It does scrub. It's not a very harsh scrub, so depending on what your preferences are, you might like that, you might not. I'm kind of in the middle on this particular one, but I do love the scent. The reason I'm putting in the project, I do try to exfoliate once a week. But sometimes I'm not very good at remembering to do that. So even though I've been working on this since May, and I've made lots of progress, it's also been worked on since May, and I have other ones that I want to try, get used up in my collection. So we'll kind of see how that goes. So if I put in the project, it's mainly to try to help keep myself a little bit more accountable. Same trend of keeping myself accountable. I have this guy as well. So this is the Earth Harbor Laguna Replenishing Body Serum. I do have it marked as well, obviously, with that colored product here. You can see exactly where I'm at with it. I did get this again through BoxyCharm. It's pretty expensive. It's like $42 US if I'm remembering correctly. And when I do use it, obviously I use it on my full body, so it uses a fair amount of product. But again, I'm not the best at remembering to use it. Hence why it's in the project. I do like it. I do enjoy it. I don't think it's worth money associated with it, especially if I am remembering that dollar correctly. But it is nice. It has a bit of a nice scent. And I do have other products from Earth Harbor. I've used one of their face serums before. I've got other ones that have come to me in BoxyCharm and backstock. So I want to use up this particular body serum as well. I don't have many body serums, so this is kind of a one-off type of product. I do have a couple kind of one-offs categories that I would like to roll in when I'm ready to roll this one out, bring something in. So you'll see probably a different product type once I do get this finished, and who knows how long that's going to end up taking me. The last item for my Skin is in project is a body lotion. I tend to be a seasonal person with my scents, and this is me being kind of somewhat new to this game. I'm not, or at least historically, I haven't been the best at moisturizing my body. But, you know, through watching a lot of other people's Project Use It Ups in particular, I do see people going through products like this, and I enjoy the Bath & Body Works products. This particular one is the Strawberry Snowflakes. What I don't like about this lotion is it doesn't have the notes on the back at all, which is a little bit frustrating, but it's juicy strawberry, whipped cream, and iced bergamot. I really do enjoy it. Yeah, and you do have still that winter kind of scent to it, which is why I've rolled it in for December. But I haven't made a ton of progress. So I have marked it, but basically we're right up here at the top. Ideally, I would like to use a lotion or a body cream every day. I think right now I'm probably averaging 4 days a week, so that's not bad. But I do have more than just this one open at this particular time, but this is the one I want to have as my focus product. I have a ton of Bath & Body Works products sitting in backlog downstairs, and again, because they're a seasonal kind of experience for me, I do want to make sure that once they're open, I use them up, cycle through them, and then move on to the next item. That is everything. So that is what I'm going to be working on for this rolling project pan for Skin is In. Again, this is a PANtastic Ladies collaboration. Again, all the information will be down in the bottom. And this was created by Jessica Lee and Amanda. I'll see you guys in a month so we can see what kind of progress I have made on these items so far. In terms of my goals, because I would like to set some goals for this project. This one in particular, compared to some of my other project pans, probably won't have as extensive goals, because again, what really are you going to do through it? Skincare takes a little while, but I do want to make sure I get the mask used up so I can roll something else in. Maybe I could finish this sleeping mask. We'll see. If it's not done, it'll be probably fairly close though. And that's probably it for what I can expect for sure getting rolled out. Maybe I'll surprise myself. We'll find out. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you guys in a month for my first update on this project. And stay tuned for some other introductions to project pans coming up very soon. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.